Hi, it's Josie Carlson here. Vinegar Syndrome is a great boutique label that reissues a lot of movies, from the obscure masterpieces to the crude. And that's what we're looking at today. They've actually given the first ever 4K release to Dirty Work from 1998, a box office bomb starring Norm Macdonald that's since become a cult classic. I'm going to unbox this release and share my opinions. Nice cover art there with Norm Macdonald, may he rest in peace. There's our spine text. Back cover. There's also reversible art, so I'm going to go ahead and reverse that. Reversible art features a character holding fish, referencing one of the funniest scenes in the film. Sadly, no booklet in here, but we do get 3 discs. We get a Blu-ray disc of the PG-13 theatrical cut of the movie, a Blu-ray disc of the dirtier cut of the movie, and we have the film on 4K Ultra High Def. Here's a nice close-up of what the discs look like. You can see various elements from the film, from a shovel to popcorn to a skunk. I mean, if you've watched the film, you know what these things are referencing. I won't get into that here. After losing his job, girlfriend, and apartment, lifelong prankster Mitch moves in with his childhood best friend Sam, and Sam's cantankerous father, Pops. When Pops has a heart attack, his surgeon, Dr. Farthing, delivers grim news. Pops needs a new heart, which Farthing will gladly secure in exchange for $50,000 to pay off his gambling debts. Desperate for a lot of cash quickly, Sam and Mitch realize that their joint love of causing mischief could be the perfect means of raising funds, thus opening a revenge-for-hire business named Dirty Work. With creative solutions to spiteful problems and chaotically doled-out retribution, clients are lining up. But when an evil local politician hires them to pull off an especially malicious prank, Mitch is forced to reckon with the consequences of his actions. Pushing the boundaries of crass gags and raunchy dialogue, acclaimed comedians Bob Saget's sole theatrical feature directing effort, Dirty Work stars and was co-written by the legendary Norm Macdonald, featuring supporting performances from some of the biggest names in comedy history, including Artie Lange, Chevy Chase, Don Rickles, and Chris Farley, plus 2-time Academy Award nominee Jack Warden as Pops. Vinegar Syndrome is proud to present the 4K Ultra High Def debut of Dirty Work, newly restored from its original camera negative and presented both in its PG-13 theatrical version as well as its long-lost dirtier cut, which is being presented to the general public for the first time ever. Dirty Work is a movie that was supposed to be a vehicle for Norm Macdonald to make the jump from sketch comedy to being a feature film star. Unfortunately, it bombed in theaters. It got pretty bad reviews, but it got a second life when it became a cult classic on home video. The movie, again, this isn't a movie that's ever going to win any points for intelligence of any kind. It revolves around Norm Macdonald and Artie Lange playing 2 best friends who decide to start a revenge-for-hire business, seeing it as the best way that they can raise money to get to their surgeon so that they can get his father a heart transplant, thus saving his life. Unfortunately, they encounter all kinds of obstacles around the way, and when a malicious local politician, portrayed by Christopher McDonald, gets involved, they find themselves duped and in a not-so-pleasant situation. So they have to come up with an even zanier prank to take revenge and get the money they need to save Pops' life. In many ways, Dirty Work plays out more like a series of comedic gags than it does a coherent feature film. In a lot of cases, that would be a bad thing, but I do think it works wonders for Dirty Work because, of course, Norm Macdonald was primarily experienced as a sketch comedy comedian. And just seeing how some of the things in this movie unfold is absolutely hilarious. The writers, again, one of whom was Macdonald himself, pretty much just came up with the rudest, crudest, most crass gags they could and tried to put them together to form a coherent plot. The sheer shock value of some of the gags, it really speaks for itself. Dirty Work isn't just a movie, it's an experience. Does that mean that it's Oscar material? Absolutely not. In fact, this is completely the opposite end of the spectrum. There's going to be people who bash this movie and call it stupid, dumb, crude, a horrible movie, and maybe in some ways they're not wrong, but I go to comedies wanting to laugh. Dirty Work absolutely made me laugh. One of the best things about this movie is just how many cameos of famous actor comedians they were able to get here. I mean, you have Chevy Chase, Don Rickles, Adam Sandler, Gary Coleman. You even have Jack Warden playing Pops. Now, again, when it comes to low-budget comedies, I don't really expect them to be the best-looking movies, but sometimes 4K releases surprise me. Dirty Work on 4K looks amazingly good. The bright, bold colors certainly work wonders for this one, and the addition of HDR really gives this one that much needed boost from the deeper, darker black levels to the more vibrant colors of a lot of the settings this movie has to offer. Fans will not be disappointed. Again, we had two cuts of the movie, the original theatrical PG-13 cut and the unrated dirtier cut. And some of the scenes added into the dirtier cut might look slightly lower quality due to the source material, but it's not that much lower. Overall, the movie does look very good, and this fan's not disappointed. They've even pulled out all the stops and given us a ton of bonus features. There are a ton of interviews here. There's even an extended alternate ending of the movie. We get interviews with so many people that worked on this movie. I look back at some archival material. I mean, there's even footage of a 1998 premiere of the movie with audience reactions. Dirty Work is certainly not the kind of movie that deserves this treatment, but it got this treatment anyway, and bless Vinegar Syndrome for that. This is an amazing disc for an underrated comedy that certainly deserves another look. I mean, there's even commentary tracks on here, so you'll find yourself going back to this one over and over again if you're a fan. The movie is laugh out loud funny, picture quality is great, and on top of that, there are a ton of bonus interviews. You won't be disappointed here if you're a fan. If it's your first time watching Dirty Work, you might be tilting your head in confusion, but it will certainly leave an impression nonetheless. How about you? Are you a fan of Dirty Work? Do you think this is the best role from Norm Macdonald? What do you think of all the comedy co-stars he has in this film? What's your favorite scene? Who's your favorite character? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos. And make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.